Hey guys, it's Astro here. I figured I'd make this video just as kind of an update as to what's been going on in my life at the moment. Basically, um, if you've already read the title of the video, which is likely because I assume that you are a normal person who watches YouTube, and because of that, you read the title before watching the video. Um, but I am giving up goal horns. Um, I I think I'm at the right point in my life that this is the right decision to make. Um, this will not be a permanent thing, or at least I hope not. Might get back into it someday. Like Michael, what's his name? I can't remember anymore. Is Michael followed by a series of numbers, but his profile picture is the DC flag. Um, and he created goal horns way back in like 2008, I want to say. Um, when I was still like 4 or 5. Um, but yeah, no, he came back out of nowhere and started, and he's doing goal horns again, still to this day. So it might be a situation more like that. But for the meantime, I wanted to film this as my sort of last video. And this is completely unscripted because one thing I've always hated on my channel is scripting my videos. Um, and some people know that very well, that I really hate scripting videos. So this is not scripted, and it never will be. Um, but yeah, I just I'm at a point in my life where I feel like that I am content with where I am. I've got a decent following from this, and I enjoy interacting with you all. And I mean, I'll still be interacting with you guys. Like I'll still be replying to your comments and whatnot. I just won't be posting. Um, But anyway, yeah, the the main reason why I'm doing that, there's a few reasons as to why I'm doing this. The main reason is that um I'm trying to get into college right now. And I mean, I'm still in high school. I'm in my junior year currently. Um, and this is probably going to be one of, if not the most important year of my educational life. Um, Maybe besides the year that I get a job finally. Um, but I really want to focus on school right now. And I like YouTube is not a priority right now. That's not to say that I don't care about it. I care about it a lot, but it's just not my top priority right now. And it takes up a lot of my time. And it, it takes up a lot of the time that I don't have this year because I'm taking up a lot of that time to do studying for PSATs, SATs, ACTs, all that sort of stuff, so that I can, get into better colleges. And I hope that I can actually continue doing some of the Goalhorn stuff in whatever college I attend, whatever sports teams are there. I hope to be involved with in some sort of way with their sports entertainment department or whatever, whether that be operating a horn or music or keeping score of games. Like, I'll do all that stuff as long as it doesn't involve walking in a bunch of rafters because I'm deathly afraid of heights. Um, but yeah, um, basically, I just I wanted to thank you all. I wanted to thank you all for this amazing over 5.5 years that I've been doing this. That I've been doing YouTube, not Goalhorns. I've been doing Goalhorns for less time than that. I've been doing Goalhorns for I think 3 years now, which is still a lot of time, but I digress. But yeah, I I'd like to thank you all for coming along with this journey. Whether you have been subscribed to me from day one, um, and I think there's only one person that's been subscribed to me from day one. So shout out to you. I know who you are. I'm just not going to say your name for security purposes. Um, but whether you've been subscribed to me from day one, whether you subscribed just today or yesterday, you know, It doesn't matter. We're all on the same playing field here, you know. Um, but yeah, no. However long you've been subscribed, even if you're not subscribed and you just watch my channel all the time, that's fine too. You know, I'd like to thank you all for coming along with me, even if you've watched all of my videos. If you've just watched one of them, you know, or one excluding this one, um, or if you just got this randomly recommended to you because you know YouTube's algorithm is broken, um, and you don't know who the heck I am. Um, but anyway, yes, I would like to thank you all for coming along with me on this journey. I honestly wish I had more to say than this, because this is a big moment. This is a very big moment in my life, and I I hope you all understand that. And by the time this video is posted, I will most likely have. Well, by the time I'm recording this, I have just posted my Seattle Kraken Goalhorn, the one for the full season, um, and the one that's using like a boat horn or recording. I think it's a recording. Almost certain. Um, and I kind of intended that to be my last Goalhorn, you know. And there's a reason for that because I mean I'm from the Seattle area. I like to say I'm from the Seattle area. I'm not. I don't live close to Seattle. I just live in Washington State. That's about it. But I am a very big fan of the Kraken. Um, and you know, I just I wanted that to be my last Goalhorn video for well, pretty obvious reasons. Because that is it's very significant. It's kind of it also shows symbolism of kind of like out with the old and with the new. You know, not to say that my channel's old or anything. Well, I mean it is, but you know, um, it's the start of something new for the Seattle Kraken as a franchise, and it's the end of something old for this channel. You know, that's how I feel like that sort of connects. But yeah, I think it's about time to sheathe that sword. To use an analogy, I think it's about time that I put it on the shelf, basically. Um, that I stop doing this. And one of the other reasons that I know I mentioned earlier that I had a few different reasons for doing this. One of the other reasons that I forgot to mention was that, and this is a little bit more of a negative one, but other than being just content with where I am right now, I do feel like the Goalhorn community is getting a lot more, you know, competitive um, and in some ways, unfortunately, toxic. You know, I wouldn't say that for the vast majority of the community. Most of the community is very loving, opening, and accepting, open and accepting. Um, but I would say most of the community is very competitive, and that's just because we all regularly watch sports here, and we are used to high levels of competitiveness. You know, um, so because of that, I just sorry, I keep licking my lips. Because of that, I feel like that I feel like it's hard to keep up. Like it's just hard to keep up with the pace of other channels, you know, and it just that's kind of how things work, and I'm aware of that, and I'm aware of that, and I just um I'm not giving up because I've I would say I've definitely fought for the place that I'm at right now. But I do feel like I kind of peaked with like the Goalhorn History series, and it's the eternal question for every YouTuber. In that when you release a really good series, what do you do after that to top it? You know, and that's a difficult question. You know, um, and I'm not sure what I can do to top it. Um, but you know, anyway, I'd like to thank all of you for coming along with me on this journey. It's been nearly 6 years now that I've been doing this, and I can't believe how long I've been. I never anticipated ever doing this long, and I also never anticipated gaining this much of a following. Um, so I thank you all. I started out this channel by playing games and simulators and all that sort of stuff, and it never really caught on. But you know, then I moved over to vlogging for quite a while, and that also never really caught on. And eventually moved on to Goalhorns, and that's kind of what stuck. And that's why I do offer one piece of advice to anyone who is starting YouTube. Um, One piece of advice, and that is, you you want to find what works for both you and your audience. Don't do anything you don't enjoy. You know, so that's why I started this channel as a gaming channel, because I really like gaming. And I still do to this day. I love gaming. I started this channel out as a gaming channel, but didn't really gain much of an audience from that. So that's why you know I just moved on from that. Vlogging is another thing that I also really enjoy, because I just enjoy photography and videography and all that sort of stuff. But that also didn't really catch on with the audience. And then I moved on to the Goalhorns, and that's something that I also really enjoy. I still enjoy to this day. Um, and that was something that the audience also really enjoyed. So I just kind of kept hammering away at that for 2.5, maybe 3 years. And that's kind of where I am now. That's kind of just how I've gotten here. So that's my advice for anyone who is watching this, who's trying to start a YouTube channel, or a Twitch channel, or just anything really, where you're a content creator. Just do what works for you and what works for your audience. You're going to have to experiment. You will have to. Um, there's really no way around it. You know, it's it's never going to work out originally. It never will. But that's not to be pessimistic, because it will work out eventually. I am confident that it will, as long as you keep trying. Um, and that's why it's just good to have many interests. Even if it's a minor interest. If you try that on your channel, maybe that could spawn a following, and then you could just hammer away at that for a while. So that's kind of my advice to anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel or whatever, or content creator of some sort. Um, but yeah, I would like to thank all of you for coming along, for this journey. And you know, I I don't think I have anything else to say. And this is how I do things on my channel. I'm terrible at scripting videos, so I don't. But I'd like to thank you all for coming along. And for now at least, this is the last video. So I will see y'all later, I guess. Maybe in the comments section, because I'll still be replying to your comments. So don't worry. Just won't be posting. But you know, thanks. Thank you all for coming. I genuinely, truly value all of you. I do. And I know that it's hard to get that across um, a screen, but I do genuinely value all of you. And I thank you all for helping me get through hard times, and I hope that I helped you get through hard times too. And that we touched one another's hearts in a meaningful way. So thank you, and I'll see you later, I guess.